Hi. So I'm going to give you a really quick video, but packed with value. Here are 5 tips in quarantine life not to relapse. You ready? Here's number 1. Disrupt our environment. Look, it's so important that we do this. Let's be honest. We are living in danger zones. The bedroom is a danger zone. The bathroom, toilet, it's a danger zone. Perhaps even that chair or couch in the living room is a danger zone. And in the past, we could get ourselves out of those danger zones into safe zones by going outside. Perhaps actually calling someone on the telephone. Or we would go into a different part of the house. That doesn't exist anymore because in this quarantine life, we are constantly inside. And every room has now become part of a new normalized environment. And so that environment itself needs to be changed. We have to disrupt the environment. And now what I mean by this precisely is we need to disrupt the environment mentally, all right? In terms of like being emotional. And we also have to disrupt the environment in terms of our physical environment. Okay, so we actually do have to leave. We have to designate, and this is important, we have to designate a part of our house. Or if we don't have a house, we have an apartment. We have to designate part of that as the safe zone. That's where we're going to go to journal. That's where we're going to reflect on how the day is been going or what the difficulties are. It will be that safe zone that we go to when we start to feel tempted. It's also, if we do relapse, the place that we go to begin the recovery process. So we have to disrupt our environment. We have to physically move out of the place there where the trigger is. And the other thing, and this is very important also, to recognize, in the addict brain, it's kind of split into 2 parts. The first part is it's the disciplined part of our brain. It's the rationalizing. We know what we are doing is wrong. We know that there are other habits. There's other activities that we can be doing, other ways of thinking. But the addict part of our brain, the feeling part of the brain, right, that has been allowed to have more control. So we need to disrupt that control. And the easiest way to disrupt that control is to actually change or disrupt that environment, right? Change the environment. We've got to go to our safe zone. Not only emotionally, but we have to go to that safe zone physically. Okay, so if you actually are in an area where you live in which you're not in actual lockdown, you can leave your home, I would highly recommend you do this. Leave your home. Go around the block. Walk around the block. If you have a balcony and you're in an apartment, go out on the balcony. Perhaps if you are in lockdown, that's okay. Use the stairs, not the elevator. Use the stairs. There is opportunity, even in this challenging time, there's opportunity for us to create some new, innovative, outside the box type of solutions to these challenges that we have. And I just gave a few of them to you. Okay, so that's the first one. We got to disrupt our environment. The second tip that I can give you is this. No phone, no tablet in the bedroom. Leave it outside. You're not going to be tempted. That's the first thing. And secondly, there's not going to be a disruption to your own sleep cycle. There's not going to be a disruption to your emotional letting down. I mean, at the end of the day, we want to calm down, yeah? And if we're going to be reading and if we're going to be scrolling, that's not actually a positive activity to do in the evening before sleep or in the morning when we wake up. The first 15 minutes of the day It's very, very important for our brain because our brain is the most alive. It's the most active the first 15 minutes of the day. It sets the tone, the spirit for our day. Likewise, at the end of the day, we're kind of decompressing, debriefing from the highs and also the lows of how the day's been. And to have the phone, to be scrolling, or worse, of course, to be using that device to actually look at porn or to masturbate, just totally destroys the place that maybe could be your safe zone. So leave your phone, leave your tablet in the other room. Leave it outside of the bedroom. Here's your third tip. Delete all of the ads. If go into settings, but in Instagram, or if you're on, if you're using Facebook more or YouTube, you can put in certain filters, right? Either delete the in terms of Instagram, for example, delete the Instagram thoughts, the ads. I mean that's just going to be stimulation that we don't need. All right. So try to put in and do this now when your disciplined brain, when your disciplined part of your brain is in control. Put in filters. Okay. Put in some filters. This will help when your addict brain takes over. You're not going to be able to go there. Now, I understand. You say, well, look, I can change the filters back. That's true, but the actual you're going to have to do some work, right? You're going to have to go back into settings, and those are valuable seconds. That's a valuable maybe minute that it takes for you to flip back. That actually can allow you to stop, to check your activity, and then flip it into something more positive. And then this kind of leads into tips number 4 and 5. Look, if you're just starting your reboot, or if you haven't yet and you've decided, you know what, enough. This is ridiculous. This is like the 4th time today. Here's actually a practical tip. Use your other hand. All right? I'm not advocating that you start masturbating or watching pornography and masturbating with your other hand. Right? I want you to stop masturbating and stop watching that pornography. But let's take an incremental approach here. If you are such an addict that you are literally starting day 1, hour 1, right now after watching this video, this short video, this is what I can give you. This is a practical little hack, so to speak. Use your other hand. It's going to feel unnatural to you. It is going to be different, and that in itself has the potential to stop you from continuing because it doesn't feel natural. Right? So I know it's somewhat counterintuitive. We are incrementally moving forward, progressing forward so that you actually will stop completely your pornography addiction and your masturbation addiction. And it would be an addiction, okay? But masturbating and watching porn, we're working towards stopping that completely. But going cold turkey is not going to work. And just one little quick hack, one little tip to help, especially now and during quarantine, is look, use your other hand. Okay. The 5th one is, and this has helped really for me. It's been like awesome. When I get tempted, I immediately drop to the floor and I do 5 to 10 push-ups. Now that's just for me. But the tip is this: if you get tempted, immediately do some kind of exercise. So maybe you don't like doing push-ups, so do the jumping jacks, right? If you have one of the resistance bands, and I've got it in the other room. I should have brought it with me when I was going to do this video. I'm not going to grab it now, but the resistance band that helps. You can pull it across, right? Resistance band. Sit-ups, right? you can use those. So, tempted, immediately exercise. So here are the 5 tips in review. All right. Tip number 1, disrupt your environment. Tip number 2, no phone or no tablet, right, in the actual bedroom. Put it in the other room. Number 3, delete the Instagram thoughts, or if you're in Twitter or Facebook or even just Instagram itself, try to put in some filters. You can go into settings and use filters. Filter, okay. So that's number 3. Number 4, use your other hand. The unnaturalness of doing that is going to make you pause. And that pause may just be long enough for you to then, if you're tempted, if you've already started, to do the last tip, which is exercise immediately. Okay? So, 5 tips, quarantine life, how not to masturbate and watch porn. I hope you found some value in this. If not, well, I'm still praying for you. If you have, click that like, subscribe. There's a whole lot of more content that's coming this way. Go to my website, aaronwalter.com, aaronwaltercoaching.com, and book a call. All right, that's talk. Let's talk. We have an opportunity here to radically transform our lives. Remember, your tomorrow starts today.